Well, on to my next set of notes. It's mostly jokes. It's feeling funny. Funny how? Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. Been beaten down by these voices for so long now. Thinking on it, I did a lot of talking to myself this morning, since the voices were so vocal, chatty, yelly, screamy. I always like this, but I was listening to some of my cassette tapes, listening to some U2. And I was thinking of singing this song, Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. Still haven't found. You know, I was thinking, what about all his groupies in the audience? They must feel humiliated. He still hasn't found what he's looking for. I mean, get dressing all up and looking good for him. This lead singer, U2, and he's up there manipulating them emotionally. He's telling them he still hasn't found what he's looking for. You know, and I'm sitting there watching it all take place, and I'm getting emotionally manipulated too, because they want to be with the lead singer, and I don't have the talent to sing, and they're singing the song too with him, and all the while I'm like, I'm right here, I'm what you're looking for. You know, what, you don't like my goods? You know you're the lead singer, that's how superficial you are. It's really depressing and sad. You know, if they lowered their standards, maybe they could find what they're looking for. But they expect to be with the lead singer, maybe the drummer or the guitarist, just to get close to the lead singer. Still haven't found what I'm looking for. Still. You know, it's a good song, but it's kind of depressing to me. I don't know why. And now, another topic, I was thinking about this. I think all children and young people they're all mentally ill. They all have a mental illness, you know. You know, I can use a toilet and wipe my butt. But children, you know, I don't yell and scream and whine when I want to be fed. So I think children, they're mentally ill. They're all born mentally ill. We need to put them on antipsychotics. You know, when you're born, I suppose your brain, you just have all these desires and you cry and whine for it. And if you need to use the restroom, you just go wherever you are. And then eventually your parents teach you discipline, but it takes years, decades, because they're mentally ill. They're all mentally ill. And then they get older, and then they want the latest phone and game console and video games and designer clothing. You know, I was that way. We were all mentally ill. It's a sad realization. You know, we need to figure out how to program the mind at birth so we're not born mentally ill. And the voices in my head, they were criticizing me for pissing in a toilet. And I said, no, you're wrong. That's wrong. You know, I thought about this as a child. You know, the stream goes into the water, and the water's connected to the sewer. In the sewage system, there's so much nastiness in the sewer system, and viruses and bacteria, and so you know, the stream is connected to that. And what if it all goes inside your body or something? And I was like, they were trying to criticizing me for pissing in a toilet. I was like, no, I don't piss in a toilet. I piss in a cup, and then I dump the cup in the toilet. That's what I do. You know, and if a turd is too long, I pinch it off. So they're like little pellets. Now I got a pouty mouth humor. Or do the voices in my head. They inspired it. I remember parents didn't like that when I was a kid. Pouty mouth, sense of humor, talking about farts and whatnot. And speaking of farts, you know, I notice since I have this non-stop stream of voices in my head, that I fart once in a while when they say certain things. And I told the voices that, well, that's what I do to emotionally manipulate them, since it seems like they hear everything I say and do. I eat a can of beans every day, and I hold in my farts and I wait until they say something stupid, because they don't like when I talk back. So I'm emotionally manipulating them with my farts. You know, because people can't take criticism anymore, apparently. So if somebody says something stupid, I just let out a toot. Of course, I'm joking. And the next jokes are about capitalist products and false advertising. You know, I went to Taco Bell, and I said I want the Taco Bell. That's what I want. And they're like, "What's the Taco Bell?" It's a taco salad in a tortilla shaped like a bell. And they said, "We don't have that." I'm like, "Well, why are you calling it Taco Bell? It's false advertising. It's false advertising. I came here for the Taco Bell." If you don't give me a free crunchy taco, I'm going to file a complaint, because this false advertising. I want the Taco Bell. They'll file a complaint with the BBB, and you're going to go out of business. I want the Taco Bell. And another product at the Little Caesars, they call it crazy bread. But it doesn't look crazy to me. It looks like a rather standard breadstick you dip in marinara sauce. Doesn't look crazy to me. So I got my crazy bread, and I told them, this just looks like breadsticks to me. I could get this anywhere. You know, this bread isn't crazy enough. It's false advertising. I want my money back, or a free pizza, or I'm gonna file a complaint with the BBB. It's not crazy enough. You know, if this was crazy bread, I would expect like a zigzag pattern or something, and a cup of soy sauce. That's what crazy bread is. This is just bread. This is just breadsticks. It's false advertising. And then the last one here. There's a product I was thinking about making. You know, I went to the convenience store, and I was thinking about getting some tea, and bought some tea, and you know, they say nowadays brands represent you. You buy brands that represent you, and you know, I really wanted to buy some of this tea, but I don't feel like it would represent me. So I was thinking about making my own tea, my own product. It'd be called Dishonest Tea. And on the back of the label it would say, hey, my name's Chris. In the 3rd grade I told a lie, and I got into a lot of trouble. And I wanted to make a brand of tea that represents people like me. So I created Dishonest Tea. And it's not really tea, it's just cola. That's all it is, but I like cola. So that would be my tea product, my beverage. If I was creating products, you know, what if you knew somebody who was a liar or a pathological liar or something, and they had this honest tea, and they walked up to you and they were like, you know, this brand represents me. I'm honest, so I'm buying this tea. That would be an annoying form of emotional manipulation. And I have another note. I don't think it's that funny. Maybe not. Maybe a little bit of both. Just an observation, you know. On the YouTubes. Because you see a lot of people complaining about stuff, you know. People complaining about video games. People complaining about Jezebels. People complaining about religion. People complaining about social issues. You know, it's almost like, can you like diss your own life experience, like, or reveal your life experience to people when you create these sort of videos, and then you want to externalize it as if it's something in our society that's this huge problem? Because I was thinking about it. I mean, if you don't like video games, maybe this individual who doesn't like video games had an ex-boyfriend who always played video games and ignored them, and maybe that's why they really don't like video games. So it's like, and then they want to create this perception externally that video games are this big old problem, you know. And then you got the person complaining about Jezebels. Maybe they're just really lonely, or they had a bad experience with one of their ex-girlfriends. I think you can see this all the time, but some of these videos get really popular. Really popular. Maybe that might change society. Yeah, for the better or maybe for the worse. It sounds like everybody's gonna be in this hyper self-conscious state of mind. I don't know if it's healthy or not. You know, the voices put me in this state of mind, and I just reached a point of carelessness. And I don't even think I'm that controversial to begin with, but the voice is always speaking as if I am. So we got some traffic. Luckily I'm getting off soon. So I got through all my notes. Recording's gonna end soon. Let me think what I was talking about earlier. Excuse me. The voices in my head said something dumb when I farted. You know, I don't think I could eat enough beans to sustain the fart I would need to get through to them. It would just be, I would need to fart all day. All day. But I was thinking, I was talking to myself quite a bit this morning. Voices, they're always speaking as if it's something revolutionary is going on, or something insightful was said, and I'm just rambling because I'm annoyed by what I hear in my head all the time. You know, I was just laying in bed listening to some music. Theorizing. You know, I was listening to a Depeche Mode, or Depeche, I don't know how to say it, a song called Satellite. You know, it sounds like in this song, I was reading the lyrics, it was entertaining conspiracies. You know, maybe they're putting voices and dreams in people's heads through satellites. And then I was thinking about some more. Because it sounds like in the song he was hurt, and he locked himself away in a black room full of gloom, thinking about revenge on the people who hurt him through a satellite or something. Or maybe he has connections to powerful people. who can put voices in dream sequences, and he was just chilling in his black room full of gloom, letting the satellites do their job, because he connected to powerful people. But then I was thinking, there's satellites transmitting data. I bet there's a whole bunch of Depeche Mode songs being transmitted through satellites. So in a sense, it's literally true. His music is being transmitted through satellites, and maybe the people who heard him are listening to this music, and he's in his dark room full of gloom. When they're feeling bad, they're like, whoa, we really upset this fella. And look at him now. Now I'm just a fat slob now, drinking a beer. Eating some chips. See, that's just my interpretation. It's kind of strange. And then there's this other song, a Journey song, In the Line of Fire or something. It's like, this song sounds like it's about antlery. Wasn't listening to it. I looked up the lyrics and I'm like, no, maybe they're anti-gun advocates. Maybe they're anti-gun advocates, and they're explaining a story why guns should be banned. Because some man gets emotional and puts someone else in the line of fire because he got cucked. So even back then, it's been decades now, people have been trying to get through this. So that's all for now. Bye bye.